You know it's this. Take a perk and a talk of that shit. Money swallowing like sis. Did it perfect in the kid. Got a billion who sang on my head. Look up better put on the road I just spent. I know we got $1 million. The devil that shit ain't not cheaper than again.
Hello and welcome back, fellow anime lovers, to MangaMuse. I am delighted to have you join us once again in the world of fanfiction and fantasy. This is the first part of What If Naruto Enters Futurama? Special note, this fanfic is written and a masterpiece of KFB Anime 87 on fanfiction.net. Do check and support the author too. Now smash the like, share and subscribe button for more. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss such great parts. Thanks for the introduction. Now let's dive into the world. New York City. New Year's Eve. A 21-year-old spiky blonde-haired man with whisker-like birthmarks on his cheek sighed as he walked along the busy city. Another boring year had come and gone and he had no hope that the upcoming new year would be any different. See, this man is named Naruto Uzumaki. A man who grew up in a local orphanage until he turned 18. Due to his orphanage life he never had formal schooling. Just homeschooling at said orphanage. So he didn't really have much in the way of career options. For the past 3.5 years he worked at a nuclear power plant as a paper pusher. He worked the mail room and various other non-degree requiring jobs for said plant. Unfortunately, even the paper boy-styled job didn't prevent accidents to him. Last year he was in an accident when some radioactive waste barrels on a flat lost a wheel and crashed into the wall next to him, dousing him in its radiation. Luckily he was unharmed and had no diseases, but he was out of work for 7 months. Which in that time he discovered something involving his now ex-girlfriend Sakura. She had been cheating on him with several different men. One was even a homeless man who thought he was Jesus. Needless to say, he was infuriated and broke up with her on the spot. Hasn't seen or spoken to her since. Maybe she was in a ditch somewhere. He didn't care. However, this brought him back to his previous thoughts. Would next year offer him anything more than the same old same old? Probably not. Especially with his current job. He was let go by the plant after the radiation accident. Thankfully they gave him a year's salary which he just put in the bank. So now he was working for a small pizza joint. Right now he was on his way to deliver a pizza to some cryogenics lab in the city. Mundane and boring work, but apparently the only other DLVRY boy was, for lack of a better term, a dumbass. He soon approached the door of the lab and entered the lab. "Hey, pizza DLVRY4, Naruto said as he took out the address which had the name. "Oh, for F's sake," Naruto groaned as he looked at the name. "Icy wiener, really?" He groaned, "Great, this will come out of my pay. Oh well, I haven't had pizza in a bit." Naruto then put the pizza box on the table and sat down on the chair and opened a beer from the 6-pack he also brought. What he didn't notice was a little creature under the desk. "I hope the data on this human's abilities end up being true," the creature thought as he watched Naruto. "I swear to Christ this pizza better not have anchovies," Naruto said as he opened the box to grab a slice before looking out the window to see the New Year's ball drop on a screen from a nearby building. "Well, at least the view is good," Naruto said as he sat down and kicked his feet up on the desk. "Here's to another SHT year, no friends, no girlfriend, no family, just some shitty beer and some mediocre pizza," he groaned as he ate a slice of the pizza. Thankful there were no anchovies. The creature then pushed the chair he was leaning back in hard, making the blonde fall out of his chair as it fell. Naruto then rolled into an open cryogenic tube behind him which closed. "OF," Naruto was groaning as in a flash the tube froze him and was set unbeknownst to him for 1,000 years in the future. The creature sighed in relief as he was glad this worked. He was worried their original plan would need to suffice for who to send. But considering how mentally deficient the other option was, this was the better choice. If it proves to work. And now to celebrate Earthling style. "Where the hose at?" As they say, the creature said aloud as he walked from the cryogenics room. 1,000 years later. Turanga Leela, a appealing woman with purple hair in a ponytail, one large cyclopean eye, and wearing a black cryogenics uniform showing off her well-developed figure sighed in boredom. Normally she would just be waiting for the next batch of frozen fools to thaw and then program them with their job along with several tests. But apparently one of the actual cryogenics scientists was currently drunk and making out with a frozen pod containing a duck. So yeah, now she had to greet the next idiot to unfreeze while the idiot scientist tried to score with a machine. Again. As she walked into the cryogenics chamber area, one of the tubes dinged as it unfroze its occupant. F me. Naruto yelled as the door opened and fell to the floor in a groggy state. As cute as you are, I'll pass, Leela muttered looking at the blonde man impassively. Ugh, my head. Where am I? Naruto groaned as his vision started to come to and look around. My name is Leela and you are now in the year 2999, she said with a tone like she has said this a lot. Happy New Year. A drunken voice shouted from the other room. Make that the year 3000, Leela amended boredly. Wait, say what? Naruto asked as he looked out the window and saw a way different New York. Flying cars, flying billboards, flying boats, flying cats, flying dogs, flying robots, flying everything really. Wow, are those aliens? Naruto asked as he looked down at the city. Yes, they are. I'm sure you have many questions, but I have others to deal with when they thaw, so let's get on with this please, Leela said. Naruto turned to look at Leela and his eyes widened as he looked at her. Let me guess, it's my eye, Leela said with an annoyed tone. Actually, no. I mean, I just saw aliens, so a appealing woman with one eye wouldn't be too much of a shock. I was just taken aback at how appealing you look. He admitted, looking at her high DD cup melons, athletic body, and a plump round peach. Leela's eye widened at this before she blushed a little. What, has no one called you appealing before? He asked, confused seeing her reaction. She must get told that all the time. Not really. Most guys either are pigs to me or make stupid comments about my eye, Leela said. Oh good, sexist moros still exist in the future. Lovely, Naruto groaned. Sadly, now follow me, mister. Leela said, hoping to get his name. Oh sorry, where are my manners? My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Like I said before, my name is Leela, now get on the probulator, she said. The what? Naruto asked. Minutes later. A blushing Leela looked at Naruto, who was groaning from the sheer uncomfortableness and pain from the probulator. That was horrible, he said shakily as he put his clothes back on. Yeah, well, thankfully you only have to do that once, Leela said as she looked at his results. A moment of silence passed through as Leela went over the results. So were all guys that well equipped in the 20th century? Leela asked. Ha, they wish, Naruto said with a chuckle. Ha, guess those holovids were right then. Seeing yours made me question it, but it seems until 28th century technology most men were too tiny, she mused. It took them that long to make that tech? Naruto asked. Trust me, you don't need it, now it seems you have a living relative here in the future, Leela said as she started to type at a computer. Huh, I was an orphan 1,000 years ago, must be a small connection, Naruto said as Leela. And him looked at the screen, and when it loaded, Leela jumped back in pure shock. What? Naruto asked, seeing her reaction. Why, you're related to Mom? Leela stuttered out. We're related? DMN it, Naruto grumbled to himself. What? No. God no. Mom as in the owner, creator, and head of Mom's Friendly Robots company. Leela explained. And that is important how? Naruto asked flatly. She's the most powerful and richest woman on earth, she said. Huh, interesting, Naruto said as he looked at the picture of the old woman. Excuse me a moment, I need to contact her immediately, Leela said as she got up to leave. I don't really care, can we just get me set up with a job? Naruto asked as he knew Leela was supposed to have him set up with a job. Fine, but after this I'm contacting her to set up a meeting with you, she said as she was not withholding this info from Mom. She was the sweetest woman in the galaxy and she would be delighted to find out she has a relative aside from her sons. That's fair I suppose, Naruto shrugged. Okay, let's see, the computer should easily find a job that suits you, Leela said as she typed away. Please be something good, Naruto thought. The computer then dinged and Leela then grabbed the screen and turned it to show Naruto the results. Says you'll be a DLVRY boy. Perfect, actually, since Mom's corporation does do package DLVRY, Leela said. Yeah, that's not happening, I spent a lot of time doing that SHT in the 20th century, I'll be damned if I do it here, Naruto said as he got up. You don't have a choice in this matter. The computer is never wrong, so sit your cute peach down, let me put in the job chip, and you can meet your relative to start your new life, Leela said, grabbing something. The F is that? Naruto yelled as he saw the device she was holding that looked like a claw of some kind. It's so I can install your career chip, Leela said. They brand you in the future. Naruto yelled. Only at certain clubs on Tuesdays. I mean, this isn't a brand. Leela yelled. Okay, I'm gone, Naruto said as he got up. If you walk out that door you will be considered a fugitive and criminal. Not only will I have to hunt you, but so will every single cop on the planet. So sit down and take the damn chip, Leela ordered him. Woman, you may be hot but you can't tell me what to do, Naruto said with a slight glare. Actually I can. It was given to us women as a right via the 3927th Amendment to the Galactic Constitution. Leela said. Did it say I had to listen? Naruto asked with a raised eyebrow. Touché, Leela admitted before diving at him with the claw device. Naruto dodged to the side, which caused Leela to fall into a cryogenic tube. The tube then closed as Leela turned around to look at Naruto. Let me out, she yelled before she was frozen. Sorry hot stuff, but you need to cool off for a bit. Now sit in there and think about what you've done, he chuckled. Naruto then saw the dial which said it was set for 1,000 years. Naruto sighed at this and turned the dial back so it was set to 15 minutes. You are lucky you're hot, he said before walking out the room. Welcome to the world of tomorrow, a scientist yelled at Naruto before he threw up into a trash can. Naruto rolled his eyes at this as he passed the man and entered an elevator. As he went down he looked at the wallet he just lifted from the drunk scientist and pulled out some money. Okay, now where do I find some ramen? Or strippers? Or ramen and strippers, he said to himself as he threw the wallet away before walking off. Later. Is there no ramen in the future? What kind of terrible future have we wrought? He asked himself before seeing a line for what looked like a futuristic phone booth. Ah, good, maybe I can call the president to complain about why ramen no longer exists apparently. Or that relative the hot Cyclops mentioned. Ramen is more necessary. He said. Naruto then looked behind him as he felt a presence behind him and saw what looked like a robot. Holy crp, a robot, he said in awe of said machine. What's the matter? You've never seen a robot before? The robot asked. Nope, I just got unfrozen, Naruto answered. Ah, you're one of those popsicle meat bags, the robot said in understanding. Well then allow me to give you a greeting as your first robot. The robot said. His head then started to spin as he held his arms out. Kill all humans. Kill all humans, the robot yelled. Naruto looked at the robot with a flat look and soon laughed. Nice one, man, Naruto responded laughing. You're not terrified? Bender asked confused. I grew up in New York, it will take a lot to scare me, Naruto said. Ha! I like you, what's your name, meatbag? The robot asked. Name's Naruto Uzumaki, and you? Naruto asked. Name's Bender. Now for your part of the traditional greeting of popsicle people where you bite my shiny metal butt, he said. Doesn't look that shiny, Naruto said with a smirk. Shinier than yours meat bag, Bender said with a smirk of his own. True, so who you looking to call? Naruto asked as he looked ahead down the line. Call? Bender asked. This is a line for a phone booth, right? Naruto asked. This is a suicide booth meatbag, Bender said boredly. Naruto instantly jumped out of line. Okay, the future is officially crazy, Naruto said. I got your spot. Bender said as he walked forward. Oh no, you don't, come on, let's go get a beer, Naruto said as he grabbed Bender by his shoulder. Well, guess I could use a last drink. But you're buying, and if anyone asks, you're my debugger. I don't want anyone thinking we're robosexual or anything, Bender said. They have those? Naruto asked curiously as him and Bender walked down the street. You have a lot to learn, meatbag, Bender. Call me Naruto please, I prefer to use names with friends, Naruto said as they entered a bar. You want to be friends with a robot? Bender asked. Sure I would. I liked robots as a kid, Naruto said with a smile. You are a strange meatbag, Bender said. Better strange than boring, Naruto said as he ordered 2 beers. Good point, Bender said as he could agree with that before downing the beer and burping fire. I'm gonna guess robots run on beer? Naruto asked. Alcohol in general, but yup, he said. Lucky kinda like me with ramen, Naruto said with a chuckle. The hell's ramen? Bender asked confused. It's a dish from the 20th century, Naruto explained. Ah well, I'm sure some human makes it somewhere. You humans have so many foods, I don't understand why you have so many, Bender said. Well, they all taste different, Naruto said. And this is why robots are superior. We don't need taste, Bender said. Yeah, but taste makes food fun, don't you do anything for fun? Naruto asked. Whatever, Bender said, pulling out a cigar and lighting it before smoking it. So what's got you wanting to avoid the streets? Did you punch a robo-prostitute? Bender asked. Oh, this chick is chasing me, trying to make me a DLVRY boy, Naruto answered. Ah, ex-girlfriend. Got it. I have a few. Most of 'em suicide booths, Bender said chuckling. Nah, she's not an ex though, she would be an upgrade from my ex, Naruto said with a scowl before his eyes widened looking out the window and seeing Leela looking for him. SHT, get down, she's outside. He said. Bender turned to look at Leela. Don't look, Naruto told him. I'm not looking, Bender said as his eyes extended. Suddenly Leela looked directly at him and saw Naruto under the table. Oh CRP, she spotted us, Bender said. Run! Naruto yelled as he ran into the back of the bar and out the back door. Cheese it! Bender yelled as he followed. While also grabbing a beer from the bar. We gotta find a place to hide. Naruto exclaimed as the man and robot kept running. Let's go to the museum, you don't have to pay today, Bender said pointing at a nearby building. F it sure, Naruto said as he was willing to hide anywhere. Later in the museum. Naruto and Bender were inside the museum hiding behind some shelves with jars on them. They keep heads in jars now? Naruto whispered. Just important people, Bender said in response. Before Naruto could respond, he spotted Leela with what looked like 2 police officers, one a human and the other a robot. Quick, let's hide in there. Naruto yelled pointing to a door leading to a criminal wing. This is still better than Robot Church, Bender said as he was pulled along. Stop. I don't want to hurt you. Leela yelled as her and the 2 officers. Keep running. I do want to hurt you. The human yelled, chasing after them. So police are still the same, Naruto grumbled out as he ran. Ha! Bender laughed, finding this funny, but ended up hitting his antenna on a light in the criminal wing, shocking him. Ow, whatiu! Bender shouted from the electrocution. Naruto turned to help Bender, but this caused Leela and the two officers to catch up. Okay, last chance. Come quietly or we will use force, Leela said to Naruto. Sorry cutie, not happening, Naruto said as he knew they were gonna scrap. Okay, you had your chance, One Eye, it's our turn now, the human officer said as he pushed past Leela harshly. Oh, good cops are the same and assholes to women. Good to know I don't need to hold back on your peaches, Naruto said, stepping into a self-taught fighting stance. The cops pulled out two blue lightsaber-styled batons to attack Naruto with in response. Hi-ya! Leela yelled as she approached, kicked the robot officer, sending him into the human one. You're helping me? Naruto asked in surprise. Well, he called me One Eye, Leela said with a scowl. Ah, hot head. Emphasis on hot, Naruto said with a smirk. Fight now, flirt later. Bender shouted at the two as he started to pry some bars open so they could exit the building. Naruto and Leela each used that moment to rush at the two officers. Leela took on the robot officer, sending kicks aplenty to his robotic face and sending him toppling to the ground with very little effort. She then turned, believing she would need to help Naruto in a fight. However, she was surprised at what she saw. Uncle, uncle, the human officer yelled as Naruto had both the man's arms in a SBMSN hold behind his back, literally pulling his arms backwards while driving his knee into the cop's spine in a surfboard stretch. I won't let go until you pray to the ramen god for me not to break your arms, Dadabayo. Naruto growled angrily as he forced his knee deeper into the cop's spine. What's ramen? The male officer asked in pain. Heresy. Naruto shouted as he pulled the man's arms further back, inflicting more pain. Okay, that's enough. You made your point, Leela said. Fine, but first you apologize to her for that I crack, otherwise I'm cracking your back like an egg. Naruto yelled at the male officer. I apologize for the One Eye comment. He cried in agony. That good enough for you, or do you want more groveling? Naruto asked Leela. No, I'm good, Leela said with a roll of her eye at how reckless Naruto was being. Good. Naruto said as he let the cop go to lay on the floor in pain. Then I'll be on my way. Unless you want to continue hunting me to stab that chip in my arm, Naruto said to Leela, prepared to fight her if necessary. Leela sighed at this and took the chip applier, and instead of going after Naruto she used it on herself to pull her own chip out. Huh? Naruto asked in surprise at what she did. I'm quitting. This job sucks. I just didn't realize it until today, Leela said. That is incredibly hot, not gonna lie, Naruto said in awe. Ah, how cute, but if you two meatbags are done, let's go already. Bender shouted as he was ready to leave the damned museum. Okay, let's go, Naruto said with a chuckle at his robot friend as they all ran out of the museum. We'll need to find a place to hide at. A place the cops won't suspect, Leela said. How about there? Bender said, pointing to a red building with a sign saying Planet Express. I've never seen a single person enter it or exit it. I assume it's empty, he said. Good enough for me. Let's go. Naruto said as he ran to the building and entered. Yes, may I help you? A very, very old man asked as soon as they entered the building. Ah, it's a zombie. Naruto yelled as he grabbed the nearest weapon he could find. A pencil. Don't be a Moro, it's just an old man, Leela said as she took the pencil from him. I thought you said there'd be no one here. Naruto questioned Bender. Well, now we have a hostage. This could be better. Find me some rope and some booze. Bender said. What? The old man asked as he looked around in confusion. Look, sir, we only need to hide here for a little bit, Leela said. Oh, I get it, you want to see my inventions. Come on in, the old man said. They have mad scientists in the future? Naruto asked Leela as they followed. And mad grad students. There's an intergalactic committee of mad scientists, Leela explained. The old man led them into what looked like a small laboratory. "This is my microscope, this is my collection of wires, that's my intergalactic spaceship," the old man said. "Whoa ho ho," Naruto said, looking at the massive green spaceship. "Yes, the wires are amazing. I have them organized by color and size," the old man said. "Not that your spaceship. As a kid I loved sci-fi stuff. What other cool stuff do you have?" Naruto asked with a smile of excitement. "Well, aren't you a curious fellow," the old man said with a smile. Before the old man could say anything, a woman in a pink sweatsuit and of Chinese descent entered the room. She had a curvy, model-like body around peach and low-E cup melons. "Hey Professor Farnsworth, there's some cops outside. Did you kidnap some alien squirrels again?" she asked. "Oh no, Amy, see, this young fellow and his friends were interested in my inventions," Farnsworth said. "CRP, they found us. Cheese it!" Bender shouted. "Everyone on the ship!" Naruto yelled. "Quick, they can't find out about my hyperspeed dentures. I can't survive in prison," the professor shouted. "Who are you?" Amy asked Naruto as they all got onto the ship with Bender carrying Farnsworth. "His name's Naruto, he was frozen in the year 2000, flirt with him later." "Get on the damned ship!" Bender yelled. "Hey, I wasn't flirting, not yet anyway," Amy said with a playful wink at Naruto. "Let's go already!" Bender shouted. The professor got in the pilot's seat and activated the ship as the cops entered the building. "You'll never take me alive!" the professor shouted as they took off into space. They soon were in space. "Wow, it's incredible," Naruto said as he looked out of the window. "You've never been to space?" Amy asked, thinking they had space travel back in his time. "Like I said, he's a popsicle human," Bender said. "I was a simple DLVRY boy in my time before I got frozen," Naruto said. "Oh. I need a DLVRY boy for my company," Farnsworth said. "DMN it," Naruto muttered. "What kind of company?" Leela asked. "Oh, just a little DLVRY company I run to fund my inventions. I also need a pilot. Now that I think about it. And a robot," Farnsworth said. "Ah, CRP," Bender sighed. "Wait, do we deliver to other planets?" Naruto asked. "Of course. What kind of DLVRY company wouldn't?" "Okay, this job I can definitely do," Naruto said with a smile. "But you." "But I." "But," Leela stuttered, repressing her anger from having to chase him all frigging day. "Oh, relax, I'll make it up to you, plus at least now you won't work with idiots," Naruto said. Later. They had returned to Earth a few hours later when things had cooled off with the police. "Now then, since you're all going to work here, we need to give you your physicals and job chips. And since our doctor is on his day off, myself and Amy will need to give you said physicals," Farnsworth said as he brought Leela, Naruto, and Bender to a medical lab in the building. "This better not involve a probe," Naruto said with a scowl at the memory of the probulator. "Did you already have a probulation?" Amy asked. "Unfortunately," Naruto answered. "Then it's just a basic checkup essentially until your next probulation day," Amy told him. "I thought you said I only had to do that once." Naruto yelled at Leela. "Yeah, only I had to do it once," Leela said with emphasis on the word I as she smiled at Naruto at the fact she got even with him. "How often do I need it done?" Naruto asked, scared. "Every 5 years. Once a year if you really want to keep your health up to date," Amy said. "I'm good," Naruto said. "Now then, Amy will be the one giving you your physicals while I go and watch from another room." "Come Bender and Leela," the professor said as he brought Bender and Leela out of the room. "To watch behind the two-way glass." "Now then, when you're ready, take off all your clothes," Amy said. "Geez, and you didn't buy me dinner first," Naruto said as he took off his shirt. Don't worry, I'll get you some drinks after this as a celebration for becoming my new coworker since you're actually the cutest guy officially working here. Amy said teasingly. Yeah, well, hope you don't leer at me like Leela did, Naruto said as he went to take off his pants. 20 minutes later. All done, Amy said, literally staring at his naked form while holding a syringe of his BLD. I should charge you for the show, Miss Wong, Naruto said. Oh, trust me. I can afford it, Amy said, still not looking away. Amy, please bring me his BLD. I need it to test after all. After that you can have your crazy promiscuous SEC on that table, the professor's voice came via an intercom. I just met her, you quack. Naruto yelled as he got his clothes on. Damn it, Amy muttered as her show had been denied now. So where are you gonna stay now that you have a job? Leela asked Naruto as he walked out of the lab. That an invitation? Naruto asked with a lusty growl at Leela. In your dreams, Leela said with a smirk. Hey, if she's not offering Amy was saying before she was interrupted. Hey Naruto, if you need a roommate I have been looking, Bender said as he threw his arm around Naruto's shoulder. Bitchin', let's go. Naruto said as Bender led him off. DMN it. Amy said, aggravated. Desperation isn't attractive, Leela said with a flat tone at Amy. Oh please, like you weren't leering at his PP either, Amy said smugly, having heard what Naruto said about her leering at him. And Bender joking about it after Naruto's physical was done. Meanwhile the professor was looking at Naruto's BLD. Fascinating, it would seem young Naruto is actually a meta-human. A sort of predecessor to the mutants of today. He has a similar genetic code to most mutants but also a bit of different DNA structuring. This may require further testing. Farnsworth said in intrigue. Later with Naruto. So. This is your apartment? Naruto asked, looking at the very cramped space. Yup, what's mine is yours, roomie. Bender said happily. Bender, not that I'm complaining, but I need windows in my place so I can get some light, Naruto said, trying to think of an excuse. You're in luck. There's a window in the closet, Bender said as he opened the cramped space to reveal it was a door to several rooms with windows. Very large rooms. Holy CRP. Naruto said in awe at seeing the very bare unfurnished rooms and the sheer size. What, it's a closet, Bender said nonchalantly. Bender, that's an entire apartment there. Not a closet. It has multiple rooms we can do whatever we want with. Naruto told the robot. You humans are weird, but sure if you want, Bender said. Bender, with rooms this size we can totally party in here, Naruto said to the robot in hopes of appealing to his mindset. A party? Cool. Let's get brick-faced. Bender yelled. You mean shit-faced? Naruto asked. Nope. Now what do we need for a human apartment? Bender asked. A lot actually, but I think if my bank account from the 20th century is still active we can get some good stuff, Naruto said. Gotcha, let's round up the Cyclops and the Chinese skank and take a trip to the bank. Bender said. You should learn their names, bud, they are your co-workers and maybe more friends, Naruto said. Nah. Not unless they recognize the awesomeness that is Bender, Bender said before grabbing Naruto's arms. Let's go already. He said, pulling Naruto out. Later at the bank. Why did you invite us? Leela asked Naruto, who was waiting in line at the bank. Bender suggested it. I thought he had a reason, Naruto said. I thought you two would fight each other when you both tried flirting with him. It would have been a good show and I may have been able to use it as a distraction, Bender said. For what? Amy asked. None of your business, you skank, Bender said. Amy scowled at this and grabbed Bender's hand and put him in a hold while she cussed at him in Chinese. You should probably apologize, Bender, Naruto said boredly. Bender had it coming in this case. Okay, I'm sorry I called you a skank. You're very nice and pretty for one. Bender shouted. Amy smiled at this but pulled on Bender's arm, making the robot yell out. Naruto chuckled at this as he approached the bank teller. Yes, how can I help you, sir? Yes, I was frozen in the year 2000. Do you have any way I can look up my old bank records? Naruto asked. That may be possible. Do you have your old bank card? The teller asked. Yeah, I got it right here, Naruto said, pulling it out from his wallet. After the teller scanned the card, she typed on her computer, and after a moment her eyes widened in shock. What? Naruto asked, confused. After the amounts you had deposited in 1999 and 1,000 years being frozen and interests added to your account. Your account is at $3 trillion. The teller said, getting the entire bank to fall silent. Especially Amy, Bender, and Leela. Naruto's eyes widened at this. In the words of the great Dave Chappelle, I'm rich B. He bellowed. Oh man, I better class myself up, Bender said before reaching into his compartment and pulling out a top hat. He's richer than my parents. Amy said, flabbergasted. He's richer than Mom. Leela said in pure shock. Let's go get some stuff for our apartment, bro. Naruto yelled as he dragged Bender out of the bank happily. And some strippers. Bender suggested happily. Oh great, we better make sure they don't go too crazy. Leela said with a sigh as her and Amy followed after Naruto and Bender. Unknowing of the cameras in the bank having people aside from the bank security spying through it. Mom's friendly robot company. What do you mean I'm the second richest person on Earth now? An old woman yelled at her 3 sons. Well. Mother, it seems that a man that was from the year 2000 and unfrozen now holds the title of Earth's richest person, one of her sons named Walt said. As he brought up a hologram image of Naruto. How the hell did some frozen brat get so rich out of nowhere? Mom yelled in fury. Maybe interest on his bank account? Her second son Larry said. Or maybe it was a genie, her third son Einar suggested. Find out everything you can about this whiskered bstrd. Mom yelled before she slapped her sons and sent them off. I need to know if he's a threat to me, she said scowling. Wong family ranch on Mars. Leo, how goes spying on daughter? Is she pregnant? Do we get grandchild yet? An elderly female named Inez Wong asked her husband. No, she hasn't yet. But I just find out she friends with new richest man on earth. He be perfect to get grandchild from, Leo Wong answered his wife, showing her what he learned on his phone. Whoa mama, he is perfect stud. Inez said, seeing a picture of Naruto. If I met him when I was younger, Inez said. Calm down wife. We need set them up. Then we get adorable grandchildren, Leo told her. Quick, give me credit card. I call Amy and help her buy CC outfits to stuck future son-in-law, Inez said to her husband. Leo handed his credit card to his wife. Do what need be done, wife. Get us adorable grandchild to spoil by any means necessary, Leo said in complete support to his wife's idea. Next day at Planet Express. After a raucous party in their apartment with Leela, Amy, and several robot strippers, Naruto groaned as he, Bender, Leela, and Amy walked through the door. I told you that we had work the next day, Leela said. It wasn't the drinking. I actually didn't go too crazy with that. I was kept up by Bender getting it on with all those robot strippers all night, Naruto said as he only had a couple of beers at most and spent most of the night hanging with Amy and Leela before they left. Well, here it will help, Leela said, handing Naruto a cup of coffee. Leela, you are a goddess, Naruto said as he downed the coffee in one gulp. Not reacting to the heat at all. Ah, good you're here, Naruto. I wanted you to meet the rest of your co-workers before your first DLVRY, the professor said as he shuffled into the room. No problem, Gramps, Naruto said, feeling better after a cup of coffee. Aren't you technically older than him? Bender asked as he walked by whistling a jaunty tune. It's more a term of endearment, kinda like how you call me Whiskers, Naruto said. Touché, Bender said, giving him that one. Geez Bender, you must have had a good night. I've never seen you so happy, Amy said to the robot. Hey, I had a great party. I have a best friend now and a job. Life is tolerable, Bender said as he sat down on the couch. Best friend? Naruto asked with a small smirk. Yup, you are officially the only grade A meatbag I know. Meaning when the robots kill all humans I'll kill you last, Bender said. I'm honored, Naruto said with a flat tone. You should be. It's an honor no one else has, Bender said. Okay, staff meeting is ready, we're just waiting on the rest of you, the professor said from his lab. Let's go do this meeting. I'm excited to hear where our first DLVRY will be, Naruto said. Nothing too exciting, it's the moon, the professor said. Cool. I wonder what's changed since the year 2000, Naruto said. Only thing that's changed is that they have an amusement park there, Leela said. Don't forget the rednecks, Amy said. An amusement park. How long will the DLVRY take? Naruto asked. Not too long, so if you want to take a look at the amusement park you're free to after you deliver the cargo, the professor said. Professor Farnsworth, you are officially the coolest boss I've ever worked for, Naruto said excited. It's no problem my boy, I know you would want to see more of what the 30th century has to offer, just be sure to have your phone on in case a DLVRY comes in. The professor said as they all entered a large room with a very large meeting table and chairs. Oh geez, I knew I forgot to buy something, Naruto said. What did you forget? Amy asked. A phone. I was busy buying things for the apartment, Naruto said. Tell you what, I'll go with you guys on the DLVRY. Just stick close to me, and if a DLVRY comes through you'll be nearby so I can let you know, Amy said. Sounds good, when we get back I'll go get a phone, Naruto said, not noticing Leela's look of jealousy at Amy. We should probably have this meeting now, Leela said, holding back her anger at Amy for one-upping her in spending time with Naruto. Yeah, let's meet the dash, Naruto was saying before he saw what looked like a lobster man sitting at the meeting table. Ah, hello new friends. The lobster man waved his claw at them in greeting. DMN, it's Swaberg, that's my seat. Another man said to the lobster. He was a heavy-set, African-American man with curly brown hair and wearing a green suit while holding a clipboard. Swaberg's response was to hide behind the professor, whooping as he ran. I like him, Naruto said as he liked the lobster man, thinking he had a ton of personality. Ah, Hermes, these are my new employees, Naruto, Leela, and Bender, the professor said. Did you give them the job chips? Hermes asked. Yeah, and I still feel the pain, Naruto said, holding up his hand. Surprising given your healing capabilities, the professor said. My what now? Naruto asked with a raised eyebrow. His what now? Amy and Leela asked as well. Oh yes, when Amy drew your BLD I ran some tests and found you had a slight mutation in your DNA. Not on par with the mutants of today who live in the sewers, but you had a few noticeable differences in your DNA compared to a regular humans, the professor explained. Naruto sighed at this. DMN nuclear plant, he grumbled. Ah, that explains it. You were exposed to radiation in the year 2000. I may need to run some tests on you to see what you are capable of. All I could determine was slight healing capabilities. Nothing else without testing, the professor explained. Well, I hope my capabilities can help with this job, no telling what I'll face in space, Naruto said. We're a package DLVRY company. What could possibly happen? Leela asked as she couldn't believe they'd get drawn into something like Naruto was probably thinking. The moon. Okay, so they decided to build an amusement park on the moon but only make it like the ones back in the 20th century? Naruto asked, bewildered, as they all got out of the ship. Apparently, Amy said, as she had admittedly never been here. At least not sober if she was here. Well, before you run off with Amy we need to deliver this package, Leela said as she was still upset Amy was making a move on Naruto before her. You can come with too, Leela, Amy of all people said. She wasn't concerned with some competition or anything over Naruto. Plus she'd be lying if she said she didn't find Leela attractive as well. Yeah, you're a lot of fun Leela, like I wouldn't want to hang out with you, Naruto said with a smile at Leela. Alright, I'll join you too after the DLVRY. What about you Bender? Bender? She asked seeing he was gone. Looks like Bender already went into the park, Naruto said with a chuckle. Ugh. Whatever, hopefully he doesn't do anything crazy, Leela groaned. Unknown to them, Bender was already getting in trouble and getting thrown out to the moon's surface. Fine, I'll start my own theme park. With blackjack. And hookers. In fact, forget the park, Bender said to the assholes that threw him out. All he did was rob a couple of people. Was that so wrong? Back with the others. Naruto, Amy, and Leela brought the cargo to the destination on the moon, as it was toys and plushies for a claw prize machine. Alright, here's your package, Leela said to the man they were delivering to, which was a overweight man who looked like a lazy slob. Sure, whatever, thanks, hot tips, the man said vulgarly to Leela. Pig, Leela grumbled in anger, but wasn't gonna attack him since he was a client. Naruto on the other hand. Tell me something, sir, does this job offer you good dental care? Yeah, actually the man was saying before Naruto slugged him hard in the jaw, knocking several teeth loose. Good, your insurance can cover that. Naruto said, let's go ladies. I'd hate for you to be in his presence any longer than needed before it affects your beauty, Naruto told them. Were you always a charmer back in the 20th century, or is this new for you? Leela asked as Naruto placed his arms around her and Amy and led them out of the office and into the park. I only ever had one girlfriend back in my time. Let's just say it wasn't pleasant. Naruto admitted. Bad breakup? Amy asked curiously. Yeah, she cheated on me and I dumped her, Naruto said simply. Why would she cheat on you? You're a good guy. Amy said in surprise. She drifted from boyfriend to boyfriend, but usually she dated guys who were boring or jerks or both. Naruto was none of those from what she could tell. I was in the hospital for a week or so after that incident in the power plant. Walked in on her getting piped by a hobo who thought he was Jesus, Naruto said, as that was an unforgettable moment. And one he wished he could forget. Leela grumbled under her breath. Where, Amy muttered under her breath in anger. But that's besides the point. She's long dead. No sense bringing her up. The past is the past after all. Naruto said, not wanting to dwell on it. Good idea, let's go make some memories, Amy said with a smile as she grabbed Naruto's arm and placed it in between her melons. Leela glared at her before her eye widened at Amy, mouthing something to her. You get his other arm and do the same, she mouthed to the Cyclops woman. Leela hesitated for a moment before she did as Amy said. Naruto chuckled at this. Are women always this forward in the future? He asked. I definitely am. No sense wasting time skirting around with the will they won't they CRP. It's better to just go ahead and enjoy life, Amy said with a smile. Wish I could be that confident, Leela muttered in jealousy. Why wouldn't you be confident? Naruto asked curiously. I've never been with anyone before. You're the only guy who's treated me halfway decent, Leela admitted with a sigh. What, is every guy in the future blind? Naruto asked. Actually, even the blind guys make fun of me 'cause I have one eye, she said. They're idiots then. This wasn't said by Naruto but Amy. What makes you say that? Leela asked, wondering if Amy had an angle. I'm bi. I can appreciate the female form as well as the male form. And you and Naruto both have bodies to kill for. Amy said nonchalantly. This caused Leela to sputter in surprise and blush. Dear diary, jackpot, Naruto said as he smiled at Amy. Yeah, I was hoping to find a ride for us to see if you two wanted to get freaky on it with me. Like a Ferris wheel. Or a roller coaster. Or a gravity ride. I have no issues sharing, Amy said easily with a smirk. They have sharing in the future? Naruto asked curiously. Oh sure, harems became a legal thing over 300 years ago, you just need to pick a head B, Amy said, waving her hand dismissively. I believe they are called polygamous relations nowadays, Leela said. Or F-squads if you want to use slang, Amy said. How about we just enjoy the park and see how this goes? Naruto asked, as this was a lot to take in. Fine, Amy sighed. I suppose that means I should teach Leela to be a bit more impulsive around you when you inevitably say yes to this, Amy admitted. Oh, I didn't say no, I just want to be sure you're both okay with it, Naruto said. I suggested it so you know my answer, Amy said. What about you, Leela? She asked the Cyclops. Well, this isn't some but call, is it? Like you won't just dump me when bored? Leela asked. God no. I'd sooner stab myself in the PP before that, Naruto said, appalled. That reminded him way too much of Sakura to even consider. Leela looked at Naruto with a calculating look. Oh, what the heck, if you end up being a pig I'll just kick your butt, Leela said. So far he's been the only decent man in the future she met. No way in hell would she let this opportunity go to waste. Excellent. Now let's find a place to get freaky, Amy said giddily, hoping to test out that huge PP Naruto had. Naruto smirked as he grabbed both Amy and Leela by their peach and pulled them close. Oh naughty naughty, Amy said with a sissy smirk. If you both agree to it I can be very naughty to you, but only if you're both okay with it. Naruto said, more for Leela. He didn't want to force her into this. Leela bit her lip as Naruto held her. Well, maybe we can have a little bit of fun, Leela said, while appreciating he would stop if she asked him to. Before Naruto could say anything he saw what looked like Bender outside the dome running from what looked like a combined harvester. What the CRP? Naruto asked, pointing it out for the girls to see. Oh god damn it, Bender, I was about to get F-wrecked, Amy groaned, knowing they needed to save the robot. Duty calls I guess, Leela said with a sigh of disappointment. Don't worry, we can start the party later, Naruto said before he smacked both Leela and Amy on the peach, making them mm. Let's find some space suits, Naruto said. Actually the ship has a magnet on it, we can just grab Bender and fly home, Leela said. Aye Captain, Naruto said with a salute and a smile. Goofball, Leela said with a chuckle. Let's go save the idiot, Amy said, wanting to get it done so she can have some fun with these two. You are cute when mad, Naruto said to Amy as they ran to the ship. Leela immediately took off and used the magnet to pick up Bender and save his robotic butt from the farm vehicle. Later back at Planet Express. Okay, why is Bender singing country songs? Naruto asked as they got of the ship to free Bender from the magnet they used to save him. Ugh. Magnets mess with my inhibition unit and make me act like a country music singer, Bender explained with a groan. So you want to be a singer? Naruto asked with a chuckle. What? Don't be ridiculous. I definitely don't have a lifelong dream of being a country music singer. Bender shouted. Okay. Glad you're okay. Me, Leela and Naruto have some unfinished business, Amy said as she grabbed Naruto's hand and started dragging him and Leela out of the room. Oh yeah, Bender, don't come back to the apartment here, go nuts, Naruto said as he threw a wad of cash at Bender. Holy bricks, this is 10 grand. Bender yelled in shock. I can get so many $HKR bots and beer. Bender said in awe at the thought. Where's Naruto? Dr. Swaberg and I were going to do his tests. The professor asked as he shuffled into the room. Amy and Leela dragged him off to destroy his bedroom, Bender said. Oh wonderful, a specimen like him has to have many children, the professor said with a smile, and since Amy has my BLD type, maybe they'll be the same BLD type, he said aloud and hopeful. He always needed spare BLD after all. You understood that but can't understand that you have to pay your employees every week? Hermes asked. Who are you? The professor asked confused. Sigh, it's things like this that remind me why my marriage failed, Hermes groaned. Naruto's apartment. Naruto and Leela were literally dragged by Amy to his bedroom. She had been waiting for this moment since she met Naruto and was eager with anticipation. "Hey, if we are gonna do this we should do it right," Naruto said as he went to his old school stereo and put on some music. He then turned to the two women, "Now dance for me and undress each other," he told them. Leela said blushing but found Amy right next to her. "Spleesh Leela, you heard our MSTR. Let's get wild," Amy said as she grabbed Leela's peach with her hands and started to sway to the music. "Yeah, your way to Cece to not be impulsive sometimes," Naruto said with a chuckle. "Oh, you want impulsive? I'll give you impulsive." Leela shouted fiercely as she grabbed Amy by the back of her head and proceeded to shove her tongue down Amy's throat in a fierce makeout session. Amy into the kiss with no shame as her and Leela made out and started to take off each other's clothes. Leela ripped Amy's sweater off, revealing underneath she wasn't wearing a shirt or bra. Meanwhile, Amy pulled Leela's black pants off, revealing a purple thong for Naruto to gaze at while licking his lips lustfully. "DMN," he said in awe at the sight before him, mouth watering. "Wasn't expecting you to rock a CC thong, Leela," Amy said looking at the Cyclops' skimpy purple thong. "And I'm unsurprised to see you not wearing a BRUSLT," Leela said to the Wong family heiress. "Hey, when you got it you flaunt it," Amy said as she swayed slightly to jiggle her tips as a show for Naruto and Leela to enjoy. Naruto sat down on his bed as he watched Leela and Amy strp each other. "You know we shouldn't be the only ones naked," Amy said looking at the still-clothed Naruto. "Well then you two should help me," Naruto said with a smirk as he took off his shirt. "I'm game." "Leela?" Amy asked the Cyclops. "Get those pants off." Leela yelled as she grabbed Naruto's pants and pulled on them, ripping them off. The force of which also ripped down his underwear, causing his PP to pop out and immediately slap Leela in the face. "Careful, don't want to hurt your appealing eye," Naruto said with a chuckle at Leela's eagerness. I wanted to be cock-slapped first," Amy said, pouting that Leela got that first. "Don't be a brat now, both of you get to work, let's see who the head of my HRM is gonna be," Naruto said with a smirk. "May the best SLT win," Amy said to Leela as she started to lick at his PP before Leela could respond. "Hey, don't hog him," Leela shouted. "There's plenty for both of you," Naruto said. "Obviously," Amy said with a CC grin as she licked at "it'd be too much PP for a girl besides me," Amy said before nibbling at the head of Naruto's PP, lightly making him and shudder. Leela took this moment to kneel and start tonguing the rest of his. Naruto tilted his head back and groaned in pleasure as the two women pleasured his pages. "You two are good, Naruto Amy giggled at this as her and Leela felt his PP throb in their hands. "Show fic. Show good." Amy while still tonguing his massive PP before pulling off. "Hey. Share some of that," Leela said, seeing some pre-juices on Amy's tongue. "Make me," Amy said, sticking out her pre-juice covered tongue childishly. "No fighting, I prefer if we work together," Naruto told them before grabbing the backs of their heads. "Now kiss my salty bee," he ordered. Leela and Amy resisted at first before they started to make out and get into it, putting on a show for Naruto. That's hot," Naruto said in awe at the two women making out. The two women pulled away from each other, panting but clearly having fun. "You want to put on a real show, Leela?" Amy asked as a CC idea formed in her head. "If it gets us some more tasty juices I'll do whatever he wants us to do," Leela said. Amy smiled at this and leaned forward and whispered into Leela's ear. Leela's eye widened in surprise. "Are you sure I have the peach for that?" she asked. "Are you kidding? That's where you have me beat," Amy said as she grabbed Leela by her peach cheeks. "I may have you beat with these puppies right here, but that bouncy peach of yours was made for this purpose. Just like that PP was made to break us into his wares," Amy said. "Whatever you're gonna do, do it," Naruto growled, having been holding back from just them to let them please him their own way. His restraint however was waning. Now you will like this cutie, Amy said as her and Leela both took their positions by his PP, their peaches facing each other and his PP in between them. Well hurry up DMNIOSHT, Naruto groaned as the two women started to use their peaches to give him an peach job. How's this baby? Leela asked with a smirk. Wonderful. Keep twerking those fat peaches on my PPB. Naruto What's twerking cutie? Amy asked having never heard the word. It's a dance that involves shaking their fat peaches like lustful SLTS. Naruto explained through his Oh like this? Leela asked as she shook her peach on Naruto's PP making her peach cheeks clap a little. Yeah where? That's wonderful. Naruto groaned, grabbing them both to pull them closer into his PP. You gonna paint our peaches white stud? Amy asked as she licked her lips. I'm gonna paint both your entire bodies clown white wares. He yelled as he let himself leak like a geyser on them. Leela and Amy shivered in lust at this as they felt his warm seed on their peaches and lower backs. Absolutely drenching them in his juices. How did we do, lover? Leela asked. Yeah, did we do good? Amy asked. You two did great. Now it's time for the main event to determine who will be my head where, Naruto said. Who do you want to break in first? Amy asked sounding excited. Leela leak here, Naruto said gesturing for her to leak to him. Leela surprised Naruto by pushing him onto his back and crawling onto him. Feeling CC now huh? Naruto asked with a smirk as Leela kissed his abs. I just figured my lover would want to see my peach bounce for his pleasure as he takes my virginity, Leela said with a CC smirk. As she took a reverse cowgirl position on him and started to rub her wet PP on his PP. Ooh, this should be fun to watch, Amy said as she started to finger herself to what Leela was doing. W8 your aversion? Naruto asked in shock. Leela said nothing as she impaled herself on his PP before screaming from the intrusion. Wow, that's hot. Amy said as she didn't expect aversion to literally impale herself on that massive PP. You okay? Naruto panted out as he felt Leela's version PP squeeze his PP. Leela turned her head back and looked over her shoulder at Naruto. Just enjoy the show, lover, she said with a CC tone as she started to bounce herself on his PP. Holy SHT. Naruto groaned as he never anything this tight before. Leela panted and in pleasure as she gave her all, trying to get Naruto's PP as deep as she could get in her. Amy smiled as she crawled over to them near Leela's bouncing peach. Come on Leela, twerk that peach for our MSTR, she yelled before she smacked Leela's peach hard. Ah. More. Slap my peach more. Leela shouted, having found her KNK. Then twerk that peach, Naruto growled out before looking at Amy. Slap her peach more and Leela, count off each slap to your fat peach. He ordered the two women. Leela as she started to bounce on his PP some more while shaking her peach for Naruto. Amy slapped her peach. Remember to count, she said with a smirk. Ah. 2 3-inch Leela out. Keep going, earn my seed, Naruto said as he watched Leela's peach ripple from her twerking and Amy's slapping her peach. Ah. 9. Leela screamed as Amy kept spanking her while bouncing. You almost there? Such a version, Amy said with a giggle. She's fine, I'm almost there too, Naruto growled as he pushed Amy aside and gripped Leela's peach roughly. Ah. Please leak inside me. I want to feel your warm, glorious seed in my CNT. Leela with her tongue hanging out of her mouth. Naruto bit his lip at Leela screaming such things and felt his ball clench. He yelled as he climaxed hard inside Leela. The two lovers climaxing as his warmth filled her depths. Amy let them ride out their CLMX and after a few moments she crawled to Naruto and kissed at his whisker marks. Hope you have more in you, stud. You put on a hot show and I want to play now. She grinned before licking at his whisker marks like a pet. Naruto felt his PP throb at this, which made Leela as he pulled out of her. Rest well, my Cyclops beauty. I have a pet to tame, Naruto growled as he pinned Amy on the bed and mounted her. Pet, where, juice dump. Call me whatever you want as long as I'm yours, Amy out excitedly. Naruto chuckled at this. I'll just settle for calling you mine, he said as he kissed her and thrusted into her hard. Ah. Amy threw the kiss after his first move. Naruto loved the she made and decided to slowly move harshly again and again. So he could hear that sound on repeat for each move. Amy gripped and clawed at Naruto's back as she started to yell at him in what he could tell was Mandarin. I don't know what you just said, but that's hot. Naruto growled as he heard her scream in a different language. Amy panted as Naruto continued to her roughly. You're the best PP I've ever had. She screamed. And from now on MYPP is the only one you'll take. Naruto growled. Hey, you gotta earn that cutie, Amy out with a smirk as she wasn't gonna go exclusive easily. Oh, it's on where? Naruto growled as he lifted Amy off the bed and pushed her against the wall to PND into her PP even more. No longer holding back. He moved like a bat out of hell. Fiercely thrusting over and over again like an animal running on instinct alone. Amy was screaming helpless as her legs were wrapped around Naruto's hips. Ah. That's it. That's the I want. She screamed out. Take that PPUB. Naruto roared out as he grabbed Amy by the hair and pulled her into a rough kiss, forcing his tongue down her throat. Amy could only from the tongue in her throat. Submit. Naruto told her after pulling out his tongue from her mouth, I want to hear you submit yourself to me. He demanded. Amy panted as she hesitated to give Naruto what he wanted. Oh. Gonna resist? Then maybe I should leave you high and dry and go Leela, I kinda miss her peach already, Naruto said with a smirk as he stopped thrusting into her. What? Amy asked in shock and anger at him no longer pounding her like a ferocious beast. Yeah, I shouldn't waste my time with someone who won't give in to be with me, right? And I've got a very willing bee in Leela. Naruto grinned. I'm waiting Naru, Leela said from the bed still dazed and corny. Be right there, babe. It looks like you'll be head of my HRM since Amy doesn't want the position, Naruto said to Leela. W8. Amy yelled out as she squeezed her legs around his hips so he couldn't escape. Oh. Do you submit then? Do you want to be mine fully? To be bred in the future by me as your lover and MSTR? He asked her with a smirk. Amy nodded at this. Yes, I'm yours. Leak on me like a cheap SLT. She shouted in SBMSN. You're not a cheap SLT. You're my SLT. That gives you value. Remember that. Naruto roared as he thrusted back into the Chinese woman ferociously. Amy as she smiled and clawed at Naruto's back, drawing BLD. Ah. I'm leaking. Amy screamed. F me too. Naruto growled as he grabbed at Amy's massive melons with his hands. Gripping them and pushing her against the wall. That's right. Manhandle my jugs as you defile my WMB. They are both yours, Daddy. Amy screamed as she started to CLMX hard. F. Naruto bellowed as he unloaded inside Amy's CNT. Filling her WMB with his seed. Aahaha. Amy screamed as she felt her insides fill with his hot seed. Naruto panted for breath as he looked at the half-passed-out Amy who was still coming down off her high from her CLMX. Well, cutie, did I do goo, whoa. Amy yelled as Naruto threw her to the bed on her hands and knees next to Leela, who was also on her hands and knees. Did you two think a couple of juice shots would be enough? I'm still hard and we're not stopping till I'm fully satisfied. After all, it's been 1,000 years since I got some, Naruto growled lustfully. Amy looked at Naruto's still hard PP and shuddered in excitement. Leela had her own smile and looked over her shoulder at Naruto with a CC smirk. Well, come on then, I love a good workout lover. I'll let you do anal if you want, she said as she raised her hand and smacked her peach hard for emphasis. I'll use whatever hole pleases you, MSTR. Anytime, anyplace, just name it, Amy said lustfully to Naruto as she shook her peach at him to entice him. God, I love the future, Naruto said with a smirk as he approached his women and got in the bed with them. The bed started to shake violently as the room was filled with screams and the sounds of flesh meeting flesh. 24 hours later. Bender came to the apartment after 24 straight hours of partying. Hey meatbags, you done yet? Ow! Bender yelled as he was struck with a lamp. Shut the hell up. I can't feel my legs. And I want to rest in it. Leela yelled after having been F for 24 hours straight by Naruto along with Amy. Speaking of Amy, Naruto in his sleep had apparently impaled her on his PP still as she slept with him fully hilted inside of her PP. Naruto groaned as he woke up and pulled out of Amy, which made her whine. Did I earn being your head B? Amy asked as she woke up. No way. I earned it. He rode my peach like a beast and loved it, didn't you, Naruto? Leela asked as she hugged Naruto from behind. Yeah, but you just let him use your cushioned fat peach as a juice dumpster. Amy bit back. Hey. I put on a show for him, didn't I? Leela asked Naruto. 6 out of 10. I on the other hand am probably PRGNT with his kids after everything he did to me. Meaning I should be head B. Took a sterility DRG that isn't happening for a while, Naruto said as he put on his pants. Huh, meaning I deserve that title. Leela grinned at Amy. Actually you two were both fantastic and actually kept up with me, so how about this, you're both my head B, Naruto offered to them. You just like it when we work together, Leela said with a small smirk. You're not wrong. Especially the double peach jobs with both your big appealing peaches, Naruto said with a smirk. Okay, I'll take it, I could do worse in a partner, Amy said with a mischievous smile as she smacked Leela on the peach. Oh. Get the other cheek, partner, Leela said with a smirk. Before Amy could respond, she noticed something. Why do you have a tattoo above your peach? She asked Leela. What? Leela shouted as she tried to look at where Amy was looking. Above her peach was a black spiral symbol. Oh yeah, I gave you both tramp stamps. I used to give tattoos as a job back in the 20th century, Naruto said with a sheepish laugh. So you branded us as yours? Amy asked as Leela looked at her peach, seeing that she had the same tattoo above her peach. They call them tramp stamps. What, you don't like them? Naruto asked. Some consent would have been nice. Also, where did you even find a tattoo gun from the 20th century? They're ancient. Leela asked. Oh, I bought a bunch of old stuff when me and Bender bought things for our apartment, Naruto. Well, I guess they are kinda CC, Amy said with a smile as she pulled up her pants. Well, we're lucky it's the weekend, we have work in a few hours, Leela said as she put on her shirt. Cool, let's get breakfast on the way to work. It's on me, Naruto said as he threw on a shirt. Aw, you're a sweetheart, Amy said to Naruto. Well, you girls definitely earned it, Naruto said with a chuckle as he remembered how much fun him and his girls had. Have fun. I'll meet you guys at work, Bender said as he went over to the fridge, grabbed a beer, grabbed a crowbar next to the fridge, and walked out whistling a tune. I'm not even gonna ask, Naruto said in response to Bender grabbing a crowbar. He didn't want to get involved in whatever illegal thing he was about to do before breakfast. Let's just go get some breakfast before cops are seen chasing him to work, Leela said deadpan as the three lovers nodded and left the apartment. Planet Express building. It had been 2 days since Naruto had, as Amy put it, F her and Leela's brains to mush and made them his B. Literally said by her during a staff meeting. In front of everyone. Leela had never been so red before in her life until she said that in front of people. Now though everyone was just waiting until their next DLVRY. Currently Naruto was watching Amy and Leela spar with each other while Bender was watching all my circuits on the couch. Ow! Amy yelled as Leela threw her to the ground again for the 10th time. You're getting better, Amy. But you're still telegraphing your movements too much, Leela told her HRM sister. Gah, I don't see why I have to learn this, Amy groaned. Well, I like my woman strong and you said you wanted to know what I liked, Naruto said with a smile. I meant sexually. Amy shouted. Think of it this way, Amy. You now have something up your sleeve if anyone besides Naruto ever tries anything with you, Leela told her. Like I would try anything, Naruto said with a scoff. I meant if anyone tried to grope her, you idiot, Leela said rolling her eye. Would you meat bags keep it down? I'm trying to watch TV. Bender yelled as he downed a beer. I don't know how you watch that show, Bender, Naruto said with a sigh. Yeah, Calculon is just mediocre, Leela said. Blasphemy. Bender yelled as he broke a beer bottle ready to start a fight. Okay. We won't insult Calculon if you don't try and fight us for not liking him much, Naruto said, trying to keep the peace. Yeah, this isn't Twitter, Amy said. The hell's a Twitter? Naruto asked. Something that showed up after you were frozen, honey, Leela said with a dismissive wave of her hand. That just gives me more questions, Naruto said. Alright, tell you meatbags what? Bring me another beer and I'll pretend I didn't hear the Calculon comment, Bender said. On it, buddy, Naruto said with a chuckle as he left the living room and grabbed a beer from the employee fridge before seeing Hermes sitting at the staff table going over some papers. Let's see if I cut out this we can pay for this, Hermes muttered to himself going over paperwork. Don't you have an office? Naruto asked, interrupting the bureaucrat's train of thought. Yes, but Swaberg apparently found a raccoon and chased after it, leading it into my office and turned it into a war zone. Hermes said, I'm gonna clean it as soon as I finish the paperwork allowing me to clean it, which is at the bottom of this stack. Hermes said, gesturing to the papers he was currently going over. You doing the bills? Naruto asked curiously as he approached the table. Budget, but yes, we have very little money and I need to stretch every penny so we can actually pay the mortgage, Hermes said. Don't you have investors? Naruto asked curiously since he knew most businesses had those. Nope. Just whatever wealth the professor has via his inventions. Hermes explained. Well, the girls said I should invest in something. How about I help you guys out a bit? Naruto asked. While I'm willing to accept the money, we have a very large mortgage loan that no one has paid off. It's $4 million itself on top of the employees' payments, electric, water, and the coffee machine. Hermes said. 4 million. Pfft, Naruto said with a scoff and pulled out his checkbook. I'll tell you what, I'll pay off this stuff for some stock in the company, Naruto said. Done, Hermes said with a nod as Naruto handed him the check. Is this check made of ivory? He asked. Yeah, my bank does that for the rich, Naruto said with a roll of his eyes. I've never actually held one of these. Only number 1.0 has ever held one of these. I always thought they were myths amongst bureaucrats, the Jamaican man admitted in awe. Well, I do need a guy to manage my money, Naruto said. Why, you serious? Hermes stuttered out as he knew how rich Naruto was. Yeah, I don't want to burn through my money like a hot-headed big shot. Naruto said happily. Mon, you're richer than Mom. I think you're okay, Hermes said. Your mom is rich? Naruto asked. Never mind, well, if you need a bureaucrat then I'll gladly take the job. Hermes said as a little extra money could help him, his ex-wife, and their son. Good, I'll pay you very well since if you can keep this place standing then you're obviously talented and deserve high pay, Naruto said. This may be the happiest day of my life. I'm actually tempted to join your HRM myself if I swung that way, Mon, Hermes admitted. And you just made it weird, Naruto said with a shudder. Hermes laughed at this and Naruto soon joined in laughing since it was actually funny. Good news, everyone. Where is everyone? The professor said, looking at the table with only 2 people. I'll get my will ready, Naruto said instantly as he went to get the others. Hermes snorted at this, as even he knew when the professor said good news it usually meant some crazy job for the crew. About time you brought the beer. The hell did you do? Swim through land for it? Bender asked. No, I invested in the company and now own 49% of it, so move you're in my seat, Naruto said with a smirk. Ah, CRP, Bender said, as technically he was company property being a robot. Dude, I'm kidding, Naruto said with a laugh as he handed Bender his beer. Ooh, you own 49% of this place. Does this mean Leela and I have to please you for our paychecks? Amy asked. Leela rolled her eye at this. Okay, back on the mat she said as she grabbed Amy's arm. Actually, we have a job the professor is asking for us. Pretty sure he's just saying good news everyone to a wall, Naruto said. Good news everyone, the professor was heard from the living room. That's a wall. Hermes exclaimed. We are so boned, Bender said as he got up to follow the others. So alright folks, that's all for today. Stay tuned for part 2. Do subscribe, like and share for more such videos. Also check out the story and author KFB Anime 87 on fanfiction.net. Press the bell icon to be notified first on release. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.